Hey there, LightTag beta testers. This is Tal, the founder. I want to thank you for the efforts you put in helping us test the system so far and your feedback, and show you a bit about what we've changed and a few tips on how you can get the best out of LightTag. So let's dive in. I'm in my dev server. I'm going to log in. And of course, as an annotator, I'm always going to be immediately presented with my next chunk of work. So to start with, we fixed the keyboard shortcuts. So as you can see, every annotation here has a kind of a keyboard shortcut associated with it, and you can just press any keyboard, the relevant key, and it'll change between them. If you want to deselect, then you can just press escape and it'll deselect, and then work will go as usual. So say if I think this particular word is a breakdown or a localization, then I'll just select localization, double click it, and then I can press another key to switch tags and highlight this one. Of course, I can drag over words as well and capture that, and I can press escape to cancel my selection and then highlight whatever I want without marking it, and then press a keyboard shortcut and it'll automatically highlight. And of course I can cancel it. Moving on, so your managers, the guys who are running the deciding what to annotate, can upload more data sets, and you might need to switch between them. So there's this data set button here, and these are all the data sets that I'm working on, and you can of course move between them from there. One of the features we've added now is the ability to aggregate multiple examples and show them in order. So for example, if you're looking at a conversation, or in this case, this is protocols from the Israeli Knesset in Hebrew, your manager can specify that I want to show particular examples together and then order them in a certain way. And that's exactly what you're going to see here. So now we're not going to see just one example like we saw before, but in this case it came out to 224 of them. And then I can continue my work and highlight, right, and press done per example, just like before. And in this case, I'm going to have to finish my entire set, right, go one by one and do nothing here, or annotate and press done until I get through it. So managers, you might want to keep the size of this set smaller. We're going to keep it that you have to finish the whole set so that we can maintain the integrity of the data. And in case you want to make sure or understand the metadata associated with it, so there's always this little indicator here that you can click on, and it'll tell you the different fields that were associated with the data. So maybe you'd have a speaker here, or what time, or whatever data you associated with that. And for the managers in the crowd, so we've added the ability to upload data through the UI, not just the API anymore. So you can just click on Manager, go to Dataset, and it'll take you to this nice form that will guide you through uploading. So we're going to give our new data set a name. I'll call it new data set very creatively. And we can choose a file. So, data sets, just like through the API, needs to be a JSON, a list of objects. And then in the next field, so we're going to be able to select the different fields inside of the JSON, what we want to do with them. So say I want to annotate the body field from my JSON. And I think there's a unique constraint that I can enforce. So you can tell LightTag that, and we will. That means that if you upload two examples with the same ID, we'll reject the data set. Or you can, of course, cancel that feature, right? It's not mandatory. It's just nice to keep your data, to maintain integrity so you don't annotate the same thing twice. And if you want to group the data together like we saw before, then you can select an aggregation key. So I'll aggregate by committee. So we'll see every committee text in this case together. And I want to set the order to go by the date string, for example. And so that's exactly what I'll get, right? Your annotators will annotate text from body. We'll show all the examples with the same committee together, and we'll sort them by date string. So a caveat here is that if you sort by date string, you're going to get lexical ordering and not time-wise ordering. So if you do want something that's time-dependent, you'll need to convert this to the appropriate integer or float representation. Anyway, finally, I'm going to press next, and the data is going to upload, and the server will process it, and it'll take me right back to my data set, and I can continue to annotate. And then to switch between data sets, now I have two that have been uploaded. The annotator, I'm going to select my data set and move on. And that's pretty much it for today. So please keep the feedback coming. If there's anything I can do, you can reach me at tal@lighttag.io. That's TAL@LIGHTTAG.io. And Yeah, thanks.